Bedtime does not have to be a battle with your toddler. It can be calm and easy and enjoyable, and I would love to show you how. Hi, my name is Sarah, and as the lead certified pediatric sleep expert at Your Zen Baby Sleep, toddlers are maybe one of my favorites to work with because they give a lot of pushback. And the toddler phase was one of my favorites as a parent too. And we can sleep train toddlers in order to make bedtimes and overnights more smooth. Most parents don't know that. You can implement healthy sleep habits beyond the age of 6 months old. So I would love to get into your bedtime routine and teach you how to move it from 2 hours to a quick 20 or 30 minutes to say see you later so that you can go about the rest of your evening all on your own. I think the most important part of creating a smooth toddler bedtime routine actually starts before the bedtime routine. So this is one of my most helpful tips for toddler families. They want your attention all of the time, 100% of the time, they just want your attention. And if you think about the hour or two before we begin our bedtime routine, it's insane in everybody's household. I mean, if it's not insane in your household, please tell me how. Like, leave a comment because I would love to know how to make it not insane in my own household 9 years later. But most households, it's really busy. This is when we are cooking dinner. This is when we're getting home from daycare or work or school, or if you have older siblings, you're running around to different sports events and practices, right? The afternoon, early evening, into bedtime hours are wild. And if you think about it from a tiny little toddler brain, they don't get your attention during that time because your attention is just so focused on all of the other stuff and the to-do list, as it should be. This is not anything that you're doing wrong because you just have to get through the remainder of the evening. However, this is kind of setting the scene for when they do get your undivided attention at bedtime, they're gonna go crazy with it, right? It's almost addictive to them because now they just want more of it. So in the craziness of the evening, as hard as it is, and trust me, I'm a mom too, so I know how challenging it is, what can be really helpful is setting aside 10 minutes, maybe 20 if you can spare it, with undivided attention just for them. Really, that's it. And when I say undivided attention just for them, what I mean is no screens, like we're not sitting and watching a TV. You're gonna actually put your screen someplace else. Don't bring a phone and let them guide the activity. They choose what they want to do. And this is so important. So they are constantly throughout the daytime receiving directions. They're constantly listening. They're constantly being told what to do. This is the time that they can direct their play and they can kind of tell you what to do. So whether that's drawing a picture, whether that's playing with some Play-Doh, whether that's running around outside if it's nice weather, this is going to fill their cup and really make them feel that they have that connection with you ahead of that busiest time of day. And it can make such a difference as we go into the actual bedtime routine. Another helpful pre-bedtime routine tip is to turn off the screens about an hour before bed. Now, I'm gonna be honest and tell you like it is as a sleep expert and like it is as a parent. As a sleep expert, it's actually best practice. We don't want screens an hour before bedtime. Blue light from screens can activate the cortisol and adrenaline in our brain, and which actually tells our brains to not produce melatonin, which is our sleepy hormone. Our toddlers start producing that sleepy hormone at around 6 or 6:30. So if we start to put them in front of a television at that time, it's going to combat that sleepy cue. Now, as a mom, listen, this is one of the hardest suggestions for me to swallow because, again, it's that hard time of day, right? You want to get the dishes done. You just need to have 20 minutes for them to be focused on something that isn't destroying your house, and the TV can be a helpful tool for that. But maybe you can think of something creative that allows them to be occupied without incorporating screens. And if you do incorporate screens, have them watch a show that is low impact. So shows such as Bluey, something on the screen that doesn't change the scene so frequently, like Cocomelon Awful, that is going to be much better for the brain than, the quick changing TV shows. If at all possible, avoid it altogether. Let's calm things down at bedtime. The biggest thing is setting your boundaries with fair, loving, and firm limits. This is okay to have boundaries at bedtime. Your child will push them, period, the end. Toddlers are born to push your boundaries, and it's really hard at bedtime to maintain that boundary because you don't have anything to distract them with, right? So think about during your daytime. You have set a boundary. I want an Oreo cookie and it's 10 minutes before dinner. No, you can't have an Oreo. You've set the boundary. You can easily distract that child to do something else. When it's a bedtime boundary, there's very little time and/or distractions to divide their attention elsewhere. That's where we need to be really firm and loving and neutral about our boundaries. This is our routine. This is how we move throughout our routine. We have our bath, we have one book, no more, and then I snuggle with you for 5 minutes. I set a timer. You hear the timer. When the timer goes off and you hear that auditory cue, I am done. Lights out. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. Our toddlers are going to push back, and they are doing that to see how much further they can go. If every time they push back, the boundary is still there, then they're going to eventually comply and have less resistance to the boundary that we are establishing. As you're setting those boundaries, you can use visual cue cards. So instead of just talking to them, you can purchase a cue card chart that prints out the pictures of the steps of your routine, and that can be helpful. So once your bath is done, you take the card off. Once the books are done, you take the card off, right? And this can help to tell toddlers that we are moving on to the next step. You can also give them choices in their routine, in their order. And sometimes giving them choices in the order of their routine, or giving them choices such as what book to pick, what pajamas to pick out, what soap to use in the bath, can give them that sense of control within the boundaries that we're providing. Any type of wind down activities can be helpful too. So if you have a toddler who really seeks out sensory input, and what I mean by that is like they love to jump, they love to throw themselves onto things, right? You're constantly jumping off of the couch or rolling around on the floor. This can be a sign that providing any type of deep pressure on them, so giving them squeezes on their body, having them do downward dog, so having any type of inversions in yoga where the head goes below the waistline can be really helpful in grounding the body, or heavy work. So just Google heavy work in occupational therapy. Those activities can be so helpful in calming down our nervous system as we are trying to fall asleep. When your toddler is doing what they should be doing, catch them being good throughout the entire routine. If they're sitting calmly, I love that your body is so calm. When they're in bed, great job staying in your bed. Constant positive reinforcement frequently throughout the routine can be so helpful in them realizing I get good attention from mom or dad when I'm doing these things. And then they're going to show you more of those good things. This is the key to reinforcing all of these really helpful tips and really making sure that we make these calm, easy bedtime routines sustainable. If you are struggling with your toddler's bedtime routine, what is the hardest part for you? Tell me in the comments below, and on your way down, make sure that you like the video so I know that this content is helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because then you'll be the first to know when my latest sleep videos are published. And as always, from my living room to yours, thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you again next time.